Yeah, so welcome back to my channel. We're going to be having... Is your phone on silent? Let it ring. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We started again. Coco is not happy about that. She's looking very confused, but...
Hello everybody, welcome to Chidera's YouTube channel. Hi. We started again because apparently we have to make it faster.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
this particular couple who decided to go against the traditional norm, and it broke out Twitter. I'm gonna put a tweet out here, but basically this lady decided that her and her husband decided that the traditional officiator of their wedding wasn't going to say things that would demean her position in the family, like saying things like now that you're moving into your husband's house, maybe. And that was, I think that was for her sister's particular wedding, and then for her is not kneeling down for a certain thing. But I'm not Yoruba. If you're Yoruba, you can explain to us what that traditional rite really is. But basically she didn't do it, and she felt like it was an empowering moment, and she shared with Twitter, and everybody lost their shit.
As usual.
Everybody lost their shit. Now, before we go into speaking about this, and really quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the red button there. Click on the notification bell. Okay,
comments. We love comments.
So you know when we have a new video up. We do love comments, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up because it helps with making my video visible. Yes, it makes my video visible on YouTube. Now moving into the theme of the day, there was this tweet, like I said, and basically for me, I feel like the tweet showed that a couple had advanced in their relationship and in life, and from the traditional setting of doing things. And the best part for me was that a man and a woman came together, made a decision that affected their lives, and kept themselves on the pedestal of equality. Now, I do not know what really goes on in that marriage, but I feel like it was such a great thing to witness that traditions could be changed, and not just changed in the way that, you know, maybe I'm not going to pay my complete bride price because there's no money, but in the sense that I love my woman and I see her as an equal, and I'm going to marry her on my own, and we're going to get married on our own terms. And people just went on Twitter and they started making it about kneeling down, who's on
writing
top,
what takes,
who's boss. And I'm like, bro, that's not why we are here. That's not why we're here. It's really pointless to the whole conversation. So like, I didn't introduce Coco. Maybe it's going to be from the other one. I have Coco Aneto Soki with me, freelancer, right? Extraordinaire. So she writes, she designs, she does other things. And if you need anybody to do odd jobs and good jobs and weird jobs, Coco is your girl. So Coco, what do you have to say about this particular thing? Summarize.
I think about this particular thing, I think it's pretty cool that someone could have a victory like that and share it to inspire other people, because yes, there are the people who are writing hot takes that nobody asked them to write, there are the people just there trying to turn it into a joke, but the fact is that they made an incredible stride, not just for themselves but for other people, because I mean, this is something that's supposed to be a traditional rite overseen by a traditional chief or something. I'm not sure of the details. Yeah. But like, he was able to break this tradition. So that's a great thing, I think. And it's really irritating that people try to take like good strides, great strides like this, and reduce it to something as basic as who is the man and who is the woman.
I think that's a lot of that's one of the things. Not when you say e-feminist, there are also e-ignorant people on the internet. That's what they do a lot. They reduce the point of feminism. I'm proud about being a feminist because it's been able to translate into different things that I do. I'm not willing to take up the work that a man does and not put in the same amount of work, because first of all, he's only able to do that kind of work because that's what male privilege gets him. And if I'm in that position, I will work twice as hard. I will do twice as hard to make sure that I do more than he does, because I'm already at a disadvantage because I'm a woman. Not because I can't do the job. I'm just already at a disadvantage. So I think a lot of these ignorant people and these feminists, because part of the problem that feminists as well, they've made it about trivial things like kneeling down, about cooking, about washing plates, and I'm just like, this is just another yet another problem in the whole movement of feminism.
Is that what people mean when they say feminists? The people who talk about like washing plates?
No, I think feminists are the one who argue a lot about feminism on Twitter. I say feminists, and I'm sorry to say it in a very derogatory term, because a large population of the feminists are the compounded of people who do not necessarily understand what the feminism movement is about.
Do you know what my problem with the feminism thing is? I don't see a lot of people, like, I come across a number of tweets about feminism on my timeline, but I can't count the number of people who are actually trying to teach people what it is. And I'm like, I understand that you're fighting for something, but how many people are you actually trying to help understand what this thing is? Now, when I was, first of all, like, for a very long time, I've been very disinterested in this whole feminism thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at a point, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me see what this is about. And so I reached out to someone, like, there on the timeline. She was talking about, I don't remember what she was talking about that day. I'm like, you know what? I would like to read more about this. Where can I read it? And she's like, send me your email address. And I sent her my email address, and she sent me a couple of books and links. And I'm like, thank you. But then there are people that are like, Google is your friend. I'm like, I'm asking you though, that has gone to Google and read it. Like, can you not summarize for me? Like, and then there are the people, sorry to say, who, like, I ask this question every now and then. It's great to come online and talk. But what are you actually doing outside of Twitter? Yes, it's good to know we are all like, you support, great, but then what are you actually doing in the lives of the people around you?
I mean, take the couple where like we used to create this conversation around. She's created it in such a situation that if she had younger sisters and cousins and other people, they'll be able to say, you know what, sister,
this person
did this, so we'll be able to do that. I did this. Like for me, with the kind of job that I do, with the kind of things that I do, I know that my nieces and my daughters will never ever have to feel like I can't, because mommy has done, auntie has done. No, like, you look at me and you're able to live a life well lived because you can see your potential achievements. This is one of the things that women haven't had for a while, because for a very long time they had to be in the kitchen. Like, no matter what level of school you went to, you still ended back in the kitchen. Even if you didn't go to school, you still found your way back to the kitchen. And that is the perception. It's like when you say media representation, that is the representation a lot of women had, until you had people that started fighting for the right for us to vote. That was, even as much as she might not have said I'm a feminist then, because maybe it wasn't called this then, but these women did us a favor to the point that we're able to go to school, to the point that we're able to vote, to the point that we're able to do certain things. And the only fight feminism is doing right now is to keep on that fight, to make us do more, because we're still at a disadvantage.
The truth is, this is something very important I learned this week. At this table discussion we're having. Everything we're doing now is not necessarily even for us.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
It's not for us. It's for people coming. So even when I'm asking, what are you doing for the people around you? What things are you putting in place? I'm also keeping in mind that, fine, okay, you might not necessarily be doing something to like change something like now, but what are you putting in place to make sure that it's easier for the next generation or the generation after that?
And I think that's just basically it. Like, let's stop. A lot of the people I see fighting against the idea of feminism are people who are basically beneficiaries of what male privilege has given to them, both male and female, because there are certain people that are very fine with setting up shop in another man's life, and there's so many men that are also okay with that kind of heavy pressure and responsibility on them, because, you know, I'm the man, and it's like
my job.
You don't understand that feminism also fights for you, so that you're not in that position where you're basically going through old age quicker than anything, and you feel like the best way for you to elevate your problem
not developing relationships with your children.
It's a lot of things, guys, and I don't want us to like talk about so much, because, you know, data is really expensive.
Going to jump off and bridge because you're in debt.
It is crazy the amount of things men go through, and it's not easy. it's not easy, because it's part of the things feminism is fighting for, so that you don't have to feel that kind of pressure. Like if you and your wife are working and you're earning like very good salaries, you'll be able to live the kind of lives that you want to live, because it's a situation of where your money and her money is our money. It's not a thing of where it's like, oh, her money is her money and your money is our money. It's a situation where both of you are paying and doing the same thing. Whatever argument you have is fine. And I think that's, in a nutshell, is what this kind of situation where this girl is able to have a wedding on her own terms, already as a disadvantaged person just by being female, is a good thing to celebrate. And for people who are on the timeline, people who don't understand what the concept of feminism is really about, I promise you it's not about who's cooking or who's putting on the gen or any of those things about gender roles. It's bigger than that.
I mean, it does kind of, if we're being honest, like all these chores are actually, for Nigerians, a fundamental part of it. So I think maybe these are things we need to also address. Like every time someone brings it up, maybe not just say, oh, you people have started this thing again. Try to make them understand that, okay, fine, even if we're trying to figure out, oh, who is going to do the cooking, or who's going to wash the clothes, or who's going to do the dishes, it's not a sin or a crime if a man should wash plates.
You'll be fine.
I promise you.
You'll be fine.
Nobody will die.
You'll be fine. And I think it's also, like she said, when she said like the fundamental problem, is it fundamental, what did you say? Fundamental something about Nigerians, is the fact that in every other person's reality, like in America and in certain places, those gender roles are not necessarily set in stone. You would enter into a household and it's like, yeah, we just have a nanny and someone that's going to take care of all of that.
You get. And
then there's sometimes where it's like the man is better at doing this than I am, so that it's like I was telling someone, it shouldn't be about gender roles, but the best person for the job.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's where we need to end.
That's where we need to get to. We first need to understand.
And end this video for now, because if it's about feminism, we will sleep here.
We will die on the line.
We will literally die on the line. Talking about die on the line, watch Mile 22. That was a die on the line movie. It was really good. Go and watch Mile 22. Yes, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh, also look for a movie called Supermodel.
Yeah, she worked at actually watched it recently, so I'm gonna put up her link to her YouTube channel, even though she's not like so consistent on it. We're gonna be pushing ourselves, but yes guys, I hope you like this. Join in the conversation and what you think is one of the things that triggered such a conversation on Twitter, and tell me if something is happening. My Twitter handles, Instagram handles, Facebook page is
I feel like mine should be on this side.
I don't know where it's going to be. I'm gonna link them. I'm not really a design person. They're going to be down in the description box, yeah? So let me know what topic is on and let's have a discussion about it. We have it also on my Insta story, so I just ask these questions and I have a lot of people's feedback. I think I should be able to keep put a couple of people's responses to that at the end of this video. And
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my video with Coco, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and peace.